Hello friends, this is your mentor Kriti from mentorbuddy.com. Today we're going to discuss about the topic fill in the blanks, a very common topic for your entrance exams. It is also called cloze test. It is also referred to as cloze test. Now, you may have single blank questions, double blank questions, or multiple blank questions in your examination. The strategies for any of these is going to be very similar. Let's look out for certain examples. Here we have a sentence which reads, the teacher encouraged him to dash his speech without any hesitation. We have options like say, spoke, gave, and deliver. Now, the very first thing that we need to see here is that there is a term called to. Now, to always takes the infinitive form of the verb, that is the first form of the verb. In the options, we have two such options which are in past tense. Spoke and gave are the second forms of the verb or the past form of the verbs. We're not going to use them. So these two options are eliminated. We are left with two options, say and deliver, which are both in the infinitive form or the basic verb form. Now, when I go through the sentence again, it reads, the teacher encouraged him to say or deliver his speech without any hesitation. For a term like speech, we usually use the verb deliver and not say. So even say is eliminated. The correct answer becomes deliver, and the correct sentence becomes the teacher encouraged him to deliver his speech without any hesitation. So here we saw how to solve a single blank question. Let's move on to another example. Here the example reads, due to the power cut, the room became so dash that I was dash. Now here we need two words. Since it's a double blank question, we have options like dark and frightened, deep and cautious, spacious and excited, crowded and lonely. Now to remember that the feature here is the power cut. Now due to the power cut, the room became so dash. It cannot be deep, so this is incorrect here. It cannot be spacious, again incorrect. It cannot become crowded. After the power cut, it can only become dark since there is no power. Still, we're going to look for the second word option. The room became so dash that I was dash. I was frightened is appropriate. Here, cautious, maybe, but then the first term is already eliminated. So this option gets eliminated. Due to the power cut, I became excited. Definitely not the right answer. And due to the power cut, I became lonely. Again, not the right answer. The people in the room would have been there. So lonely is again not an appropriate option. So the correct answer option is dark and frightened. The correct sentence becomes, due to the power cut, the room became so dark that I was frightened. Hence, we need to look at all the elements, major elements in the sentence to fill up the blanks. Let's move on to the strategies. Again, fill in the blanks are very important for any examination. Let's move on to certain strategies for solving the fill in the blank questions. Here we have certain pointers. The first one says, read the sentence carefully and look for keywords that denote the tone of the author. The very first thing that you need to understand while solving a fill up question is that the tone of the author, whether it is optimistic, that is positive, is it pessimistic, is it neutral, or is it criticizing, etc. So because when you understand the tone of the author, definitely it is going to help you the kind of word that may fit in the blank. Out of the given options, you'd look for certain words which are maybe positive or they have a negative connotation. It becomes very easy for you to identify such words and eliminate options. So identifying the keywords that describe the tone of the author is very important. The next step is to understand the message and the idea of the given sentence. Once you understand the whole idea of the given sentence, it becomes easy to know what would be the missing word. So if you understand the topic, relate it to the already read text, relate it to the commonly known facts related to your own personal experiences to understand the whole idea of the given statement, so that it helps you to know the word that would fit in the blank. Next is to anticipate or guess the word that can fit in the blank. Next, this step is only possible when you have good vocabulary. If you do not have a sound vocabulary, this step can become a little difficult for you. You might not be able to guess the exact or the appropriate word that would fit in the blank, though you would have understood the whole idea of the passage, but you may not be able to guess or anticipate the word. So you need to definitely develop a good vocabulary, have good communication and vocabulary skills so as to do this kind of an exercise. Next is to look for a similar word in the answer option. Once you've guessed the word that might fit in the blank, you're definitely going to look for a similar word in the answer options. That makes your things very easy. And last step is to reread the sentence and confirm whether the answer that you have marked, whether the answer or the word that you had thought of is correct or is appropriate for the blank or not. Remember, always remember, do not fill one blank without looking at the other word or words given for the blank. So if you have multiple or double blank questions, remember, if you find one word appropriate or fitting one blank, you're not supposed to mark that as the answer. Do check whether the other words given in the same answer option are appropriate for the other blanks or not. This is a common trap for most of the students by the examiners, so do not fall into such a trap. Thank you. Stay tuned for more such videos.